Good morning, viewers. Danda's here. We're back with more Let's Play Dragon Quest V. Off screen, went ahead and wandered around my favorite area for grinding. Got some more levels for Blubba. And in the meantime, Dwight managed to really take off in levels. Like, for reference, we're at level 28. Dwight managed to get all the way up to 21. He learned heal and mid-heal, making him a nice healing battery in the back row. Let's see. Ward got to level 7. He knows Zing. He still has Whack, that's no big deal. The Zing is helpful just in case someone falls. We use Gutrud with the Poison Needle for the grind. Buttle might be new. It can confuse enemies. Behemoose sat in the back and watched. Meanwhile, our Slime Knight has Boom and Full Heal, which is really good. And Blubba has Kabuff. So I didn't get to level 10 for the really good spell for Blubba. Not yet. Meanwhile, we have Kerplunk, so we can blow ourselves up to heal everyone else. It's a move. And I rearranged the equipment as we see here. The Fangs for boss fights for a single enemy, Poison Needle for grinding, and Edge Boomerang for random encounters. And Staff of Salvation, and also and the Meteorite Bracer to make sure it goes off first. Although, even with the Meteorite Bracer, King Slime's not particularly agile, as you may expect. The Binnacle's around, just in case I want to see what floor I'm on, sure. And they get some leftover stuff. You might notice that their money has dropped significantly. I decided to go ahead and just deposit it all into the bank because I had a really good amount of gold. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of money. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take that back. Doesn't default, which is interesting. Nice. So next on our to-do list, I said I'd go back and get that chest of Fairy Leah, and I wasn't lying. But since our little son there auto-walked us through it, we just have to come back afterwards and cycle around here. And here we have possibly, I think that's a new enemy, Quadrahead. I don't think we've seen him yet. Bomb Boulder is a recruitable enemy. If you're at least level 30, which we're not, you have a 1 in 256 chance of picking up one of these bomb boulders. They max out at level 20. Right. When grinding, we want to have Blubba on Don't Use Magic, otherwise he'll use Kabuff, because he's super scared of the metal slimes for reasons. Nice. Well, we have it. Let's use it. We carry around the Zenithian sword for just this purpose. Now, it wouldn't hurt to have a Meteorite Bracer on Danda so he can get the sword off in time, but we only have the one. And you come all the way back here when you remember for a TNT ticket. Not useless. Now we've also picked up a new... End of last time, we picked up... Where is it? Did I give it to some... Who's holding it? One moment. Let's go alphabetically, so I know, so I can go right for it. The fairy horn, somewhere in the bag. There it is. Yeah, Goudian. And alphabetical's gross, so let's go back to type. Now there's a whole, like, group of rare encounters in this forest that I didn't see. This is not them. There's just a whole ragtag group of, I guess, little elves or something. They're all recruitable. They're all, if you're at least level 27, you have a 1 in 32 chance to get these guys. You go up to level 99. They're conquerors, conquistadors, and conquerors. K-O-N-K. Anyway, let's get out of here. I wonder if this is a zoom dungeon or if this is a... No, we don't have to evac from the forest. Now, we've been avoiding Monster Ferrado. We're going to continue to avoid it for now. Now, remember when I said to remember the desert that's shaped like an arrow? Now is the time to remember that. A lake with dense fog surrounded by mountains was our clue. If you had other people here, they would talk about how dense the fog is. I don't think it is dense, but, you know, take what you can get. This is where you blow the horn. How you're supposed to figure this out, I have no idea. My first playthrough took me embarrassingly long to try to figure that out. But yeah, with the pickup of, well, Blubba, but Ward and Dwight, I'm not going to be recruiting anybody else for the rest of the game, is the plan. A hero. In our son. He did his one job. Oh no. They tried to make an orb for us, but... Well, thank you for the useless bauble. Okay, nice to meet you, Queen Caramel. And over here you can save. They told us to go back, so we gotta clearly go anywhere else first. Oh hey, we gotta talk to that kitty. They never go into any more detail on that. It's just, that's a guy dressed up as a kitty. Oh. Now, if you had married either of the other girls, you'd still have the legendary hero as your son. They'd all end up being Zenithian blood? Or Loftian blood? Never fades, huh? If you try to talk to that guard before, he'd be like, talk to Queen Caramel first. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And here we find a lightning staff. And a princess robe. Princess robe is one of the best armors in the game for your daughter. However, especially because it does a lot of breath protection. We don't have a princess on our team, so it goes in the bag. And the other one, we have the lightning staff. Use it in battle, I think it does boom. We can wear it, if you really wanted to. I guess we'll show it off in battle. Eventually. For now, have Pajamas hold onto it. We need to pick up the bauble. This next part only triggers if you're actually holding the bauble. We could open up our heart, or see a picture of our son. Now our son's blonde because his mom was blonde. I wonder if he's dark-haired. I don't remember from my previous playthroughs. Or blue-haired. Interesting. Hey, we're back in Wheelbrook. Everyone's fine. Well, let's go talk to our dad. No. Oh, sorry. What if I said yes? No, I'm not your son. And there's something else. Shouldn't go to Coburg. Correct. That's right, I'm a prophet. I got the kick-ass turban to prove it. Well, we tried. After talking to our dad... You can buy here. Neat. Baby pajamas! Yeah, I want to see your orb. Yeah, so that was us all along. From the future. It glows. It's shiny. So this was before we helped out the fairies. Just like that, we changed the past. Well, we changed the present using the past. That was done before. Somehow we have the power. Alright, so let's head back to Zenithia. Give Dr. Aegon the gold orb. Wonder if he would say anything if you brought him the bauble instead. I don't know. That shit did do it. And then Dragon Quest V gets real cinematic here for a bit. Really pushing the limits of what the DS could do. The rainbow's a nice touch. See you later, Prestidigitator. In a while, Cure Slimo. That was bad. Should have had that prepared. If you step on this platform, you get to fly Zenithia itself around. We'll come back to that. First, let's check out Zenithia, now that it's not underwater. I guess Zenithians go into hibernation when they're threatened. It's the same Zenithia as from Dragon Warrior 5. Some of the inhabitants aren't here, but others are. They seem to have forgotten or don't know about Dr. Aegon? Hey, how's it going? Hey, we received an Yggdrasil sapling. Now, this is actually one of the very, very few knickknacks in the entire game that are good, that are worth. Bringing to the knickknackatory. Not right away, but it's still there. And in here we find a ticket and the next mini medal, number 23, on our second bout of them. And in here we find a grappling hook. Yeah, sure, why not? We are Batman. Now, why this guy decided to have his little lounge area be, you know, in the fireplace, yeah, you know, to each their own. And if we search in here, we can have, just like in Dragon Quest IV, we can pick up a single vial of Yggdrasil Dew. to have on hand. Drop the ticket in the bag and pick up the do for ourselves. You gotta do the do. Now you're a fine person to hold that. Where'd the do end up? The game can be real weird about what it tosses in your bag and what you get to hold on to. That's a good loadout there. Plains or desert or something. And with these words, and you can save up there. So that one guy who was talking while I was tells us that there's a place to the west of Helmunatra that we need the grappling hook for. So let's head out that direction. Now, if you were to zoom somewhere, Zenithia will be where you left it. But you can always zoom back to Zenithia. So you can't lose track of your flying castle. You get the flying carpet, go exactly one place. Get your flying castle that can go over mountains. Go exactly one place. Still pretty neat though. I did say I was going to bring that to Nick Nakatory. We'll get to it. I hear some powerful enemies. Why they chose these to be on this island? I don't know. But you need the Zenithian helmet to get Zenithian helmet. You need Zenithia to reach here. But you need the grappling hook within Zenithia to do anything with it. Seems like there was one too many plot items there. Are you sick, viewers, of going in towers and climbing all the way to the top? How about for this one, we go to the top and climb our way down instead? Hey, we have some new enemies, Thwarthog and Balhib. Not that we can't handle, let's take them on. Since Blubba there is holding the Staff of Salvation, I want him focusing on healing just so the threshold for when he'll use it goes down just a little bit. Yeah, Gudian's pretty beefy at this point. He's not going to take much damage from magic attacks. And in this chest we find the next mini-medal. I'm probably not going to use them at this point. I don't think we're going to get another 25 for the Metal King Shield. But we'll let them add up. Now, this one can cast buffs, so let's go ahead and just focus him down. And since the Thwarthog is going to try to make you waste your turn defending, seems Blubba's attack is just not keeping up. Maybe at this point we switch him back to the poison needle. Go for that instant kill. Now, if I was very patient, I could have gone back to the TNT board we did last time in the fairy zone to fight this new enemy, the Black Dragon. But no, to have gotten the Flame Tongue Boomerang, that'd be a lot tougher. But we'll have access to that soon enough. Black dragons, they can breathe fire, they can hit you. They're pretty beefy though. They're not gonna drop in a single hit. Oh no, ma'am. Thank you for the advice. Not gonna heed it though. Besides, Blubba has plenty to do with the Staff of Salvation. Man, with the Icicle Dirk, Behemoose is doing a lot of work here. Come on, Blubba. Ah, well. Good money, though, here. Now, ideally, I wouldn't have picked up all my money just to come to this new area. Take this down, you can reach the dragon statue. We'll come back to that. Nothing we can do there. He's missing his eyes. Yeah, Behemoose. It also feels like if you use Focus Strength, then your next attack is guaranteed. Like, you can't miss it. Oh, that's right. I wanted to pick up the Lightning Staff. I want to show that off. And we find good amount of money. So, as you see, the Lightning Staff, it casts, I think, Sizzle, maybe it's just Sizz. For when you get it, it's very weak and disappointing. As are most of the battle items in this game. And I like the name of the original Staff of Thunder more than Lightning Staff. Thunder just has a better ring to it. There you go, Blubba. Awesome Behemoose. And that can happen. It's rare, but enemies can drop items, and sometimes those items are really good. Going to nom on that. 3 points. Awesome. So I'm just gonna put the lightning staff in the bag, and actually, on the ever occasion you want to use it, go for it. You also don't have access to the back row for this. Another reason why I have Blubba focusing on healing with the Staff of Salvation. And a new enemy, Silvapithecus. I don't have... They're vulnerable to status effects. I think you can snooze them. Maybe fuddle them too. I don't have any of those on me. Absorb magic, if I cast a spell at them, they will absorb that MP as well. It's pretty good for you, completely useless for enemies. So it's nice that they have it to waste a turn. But really good for you for like boss fights, to keep you topped off. Or, since Gudian's using up a lot of his MP for full heal, we come across another Bulabib. Probably saying that wrong, but I might toss that on Gudian and he'll get some MP back if he casts Kaswoosh. Unfortunately, Blubba levels up very slowly. Each level up is really good, but still very slow. Yeah, 2 of them. So yeah, I'll cast Absorb Magic on Gudian. There you go. Blubba will use it when it's better than a single poison needle. Here he has 65 MP. He restored 8, the cost of Kaswoosh. Oh, he actually burned himself out of mana. Well, that's too bad. And he came out on top of that one. Step away. Now, I see those stairs over there. We don't want to go down there just yet. Opening that switch now opens the front door. We can now come back here and go through the front door at any time. So let's head back to... Let's head to the Knick-Knackatory. Make it nighttime. We should see what's down there. I haven't explored this place at all yet. I wanted to do it all at once. But here in this room we have... Oh man, knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. Not much we can do in there at night. Speak quietly. We can make our own museum. Down the southern stairs, you have some places you can put some, I guess, your garbage knickknacks or something. You can put them in the trash, like in the trash room. Oh, we find a couple of TNT tickets and a mini medal I could have picked up long ago, but wanted to do it in a certain order because I'm OCD like that. That's mini medal number 25. Post the 20 we spent on the Miracle Sword. Hi, Annette. She's exotic Annette. Now this is another thing that you could use to put your system in sleep mode and send unique things off to other people playing this game. No one in my country plays this game, so we won't be doing any of this. The way my understanding works is that you put something here, and someone else trades something to you, and you get their stuff, but not positive how it all works. The whole idea of you make unique knickknacks to increase your overall museum score. It's an almost neat way of seeing all the items without walking up and down, except you can't move the camera while it's going. I'm gonna pick up the Sham Wow, too. Hold on to that, will you, Goochard? Thanks. Put it in your mouth, we'll pick you up and just wipe the items with you, holding the Sham Wow. Let's get to it. Let's play some knickknacks. Knickknacks we're not using. Which is actually most of them. No. I think we have a use for that. There's a pillow. Enjoy the pillow. I'm not gonna place them all, and there's like specific ways you can place them to make them more effective, and you don't get a whole lot out of this. You can maybe get money in some way, shape, or form from it. You can always take them back. What I want to do is I want to place the sapling. Where did it go? Who's holding the sapling? That's all, and we'll be back to do more with this later. I might off-screen putting them all on there. So back to the Knick-Knackatory. Now that we've been to the Knick-Knackatory. Just wanted to confirm. That there's nothing here worth getting at this point. We have the Miracle Sword that we bought. We have the Miracle Sword that we won from the TNT board. There's a very... Bombolero is not good, like armor. I don't understand the Pajamas as armor. So this would be the only one. Sacred Armor, you get health back like the Slime Curio's doing for Blubba, but you really prefer breath protection, so take what you can get. Now today we want to make a deposit. Enjoy. Because there's one place I've been putting off going for a long time. As soon as Generation 3 started getting unstoned, you could come here, and you could initiate this. Definitely want to rest at the inn. How's my setup? Put this on. Now there's a good chance this will not go my way. If not, well, money is put aside and we have our healers in backup. But pick the party back up again after we dust ourselves off. Where is he? Looks like our could-have-been father-in-law is all upset. Holy rigatoni! There's a small island to the west of Stock and Barrel. There's a shrine. He just wants to know what color the jar is, and that's all. If it's red, hustle back. If you married Bianca or Nera, before you begin your journey, he'll ask you to go check out the jar and see what color it is. You head up there, you go down, you take a look at the jar, it's blue, you come back, he's like, okay, good. But since we married Bianca to have Super Saiyan children for the 2 seconds we saw them, we didn't get to do that. But right up here, it's a pretty cool effect. And that's not a blue jar, that is definitely eerily red. Alright, let's go and head on back. You could zoom back. It's not that far of a journey. And that's whole 8 MP. Not that we ever run low on MP. We get great MP growth in this game. They very much go back and forth on how the hero gets MP. Waiting for me at LaGuardia. That is the watchtower right next door. Now, if you want to use monsters in this next section, you have to drop off all the humans back at Gotha. You have to. Otherwise, they're going to continuously try to push themselves into the party, and you'll have to fight with who you're not expecting. But since I don't have any human characters, I have my monsters. Like meat inside ravioli. You really take away the stress of this when you're talking about pasta. Now we're just hungry. So he goes home to, I guess, raise the levy. Gather up all the king's horses and all the king's men. But in the meantime, more cinema. Whoa. Doesn't even fit on one screen. Now you can't move during this part. He big. Bjorn feels much better. Where is Rodolfo? Rodolfo, I guess, was Rodrigo's ancestor. For boss time against Bjorn the Behemoose. He big, and he hit like he big. So, first thing I want to do is I'm going to use the Zenithian Shield. Ah, good job, Lola. And I want to use a Pax-a-Punch on Pajamas. Yeah! Good dodge! Alright. So our source of healing here is Gudian's Full Heal and Blubba's Staff of Salvation. The only thing that Zenithian Shield will do is block the full heal. And we just hope that doesn't happen. We can always full heal ourselves. We can bypass our own Reflect. I'm going to use the other one on us. While he continues to breathe on us. Ow. Ow. He hit hard. He big boy. Fortunately, the Miracle Sword's going to help with that. So we don't have a source of sap on this team, but by bouncing Kasap back at him, he will go ahead and sap himself, so we can now do even more damage. Yes! Now, he is going to be hitting us really hard, and Blubba, for the most part, won't have time to cop off. But I don't think he can one-shot anyone. See that? Almost 567 damage from a Focus Strength Pax-a-Punch Pajamas. He's got teeth. Now he can buff himself, which is why I have the Zenithian Sword here. Whew. Jeez. Alright, our bounce wore off. He's already Kasapped, so I'm not going to put this up just yet. Absorb Magic, I would not say is worth it because Kasap is only like 4 MP. You have offense to be doing. No, we've done a couple thousand damage to him. He's still standing. There's buff. Got 160 up. It's gonna get really hard to hit him really fast if I don't use the Zenithian Sword, which... that was the shield, in fact. Hey, hey! So that went really well on the first try. Everyone lives! Everyone did not live on any test run of this. Someone was always dead at the end. And for defeating the Bjorn the Behemoose, he drops the ultimate key. So now we have the final key to do our final door roundup. Now having the King Slime up it to level 10 to get Insulate would have been really helpful for that fight, but... thanks, buddy. We ended up doing okay otherwise. Now, you could have gotten the ultimate key pretty early on. We get a free heal from that? We did. Nice. But just getting to the point where you can beat that guy, not quite feasible right off the bat. I even lost in it in a test run earlier, so yeah, there's that. So, put on the needle. The boomerang's done his job. We're focused on healing, right? Yes. And Dwight's never been used, so he's still on follow orders. Let's fix that. So now we have a key roundup, so let's go down the line. First place we saw a jail cell door. Fortuna. There's a little jail here in Fortuna. Rotate the camera and you'll see that there's nothing here, but if you search this stool, you find a mini medal. So that's the next one, number 26. Now this is one of the guys that kidnapped us at the start of the game. It's been like 20 years. He's done his time. We spoke to him and the other guy in a previous episode. He's just like, oh man, no one ever talks to me. Oh no. Get out. Alright, and then we've got a door in Gotha and a door at the Mini Metal King. So, go to Gotha first. I feel like the Mini Metal King is kind of our home base, despite Gotha being our castle. Now, while not a jail cell door, we have this blue door over here we couldn't open. And now we can. And here's a prairie. Okay, that's some MP recovery. That's not terrible. Toss that in the bag. We find robust lingerie, so I guess that's like... Would this be our mom's? His dad sealed it up. But more importantly, in here we find another happy hat. This is the hat that every time you take a step, you restore some MP. Really good for dungeoning. Now, if you're still using Gertrude in the active party, it would be really good for him. Really good for your wizards, if you had a wizard. You don't. Magic's kind of underwhelming for most of this game. Until, like, the very, very, very end. But I'm going to give this one to Pajamas. Just because the happy hat is better than the iron helmet. Let's go ahead and sell... Yeah, 10,000 for that lingerie. Wait, 10,000 for the lightning staff. Wait, that didn't sound right. Yeah, we don't need that lingerie. We're not using any girls. I do want to sell, while we're here, I want to sell one of these. No. I want to give those to my party. I took that away from them because when fighting against metal slimes, they'll decide that that's worth doing against them, which is weird. Boomerang has done his job. Way to go, Boomerang. Alright. Just having the key in the bag's enough for it to do its thing. You don't have to wander about with it. Same with the grappling hook. Alright, and then finally we'll head back to Dominicus's Dominion for the final ultimate key door. While they give it to you really early, you don't get anything particularly great out of it. You get some mini medals, you get the happy hat, which is really nice to have. The prize is just not as good as Dragon Quest IV. But as you'd expect, in the mini medal prison here, we find the Golden Tiara, and we find a mini medal ×2. So we're up to 28 as backup ones. So, gives you some resistance to silence, sleep, confusion, and death. This would actually be pretty good if you were using a wizard. We're not using a wizard, so it goes in the bag. But for, say, Bianca, Mad Chen, you're really good. Alright, and that's it for the jail cell door. There's actually one more door we can open that we never explored yet. But we're gonna head there next. An entirely side quest area. It's good to see it be here. Just an area you don't ever have to go to. Ever. But the reward is fantastic. But first, we take a quick nap. Get out into the open so we can unroll the carpet. It's not worth going all the way to Zenithia to come all the way back out here. Alright, so take the river upstream. You reach this area here that you haven't been able to reach before, but you could see it the whole game if you had looked closely. And how are we equipped? Looks good. See that dragon slime curio we got at the beginning of the game? Still there. Still wielding a magic shield. Some of these things, they last a long time. So we could come here before, but that door was in the way. Well, let's not move the stone then. If you move the stone, a mist appears and you start getting attacked by monsters. But what we need to do is, everywhere you see one of those little monster tiles that we just passed over, a new enemy, Archdemon. Archdemon is a recruitable enemy. If you're at least level 30, you have a 1 in 64 chance of recruiting him. What we need to do is we need to take everywhere you see those little monster fellas, we need to push a block onto his head to seal off the monsters in the area. Until then, the encounter rate here is pretty high. So it should do good to get Blubba up to level 10. And some more Centurions. Nothing we can't handle. Look at that. Blubba putting the lightning staff to use. The Archdemon, they're okay. They max out at level 40. They can learn Kaboom and Full Heal. And a really powerful breath attack if you get them a pretty high level, like I think level 20 or something. They're not terrible. But 1 in 64. By the time you grind out that and get that to happen, you'll have pretty much already beaten the game. Monsters are gone. Now we can explore a bit better. For this introductory level. Alright, there's a block. Now let's look for the face. Yeah, so new enemies, Firebirds. They do what you think they can do. They breathe tough fire. Now, typically I would switch over to the Dragon Shield for this area then, to protect against that fire, but we have Blubba. And Elfin Charm. Awesome. And we have the Miracle Sword. It's an accessory that gives you some protection against silence, sleep, confusion, and death. And everyone can wear it. It's like the Golden Tiara, except better. Let's just go ahead and equip that. And in this game, you can have as many accessories as you can find. So if this thing can get goofily high, if I were to give him the Meteorite Bracer, it would just keep going higher and higher. Like, the screen would just continue to stretch. And here we have a new enemy, Hades Helm. Hades Helm's a recruitable enemy if you're at least level 29, which we are. You have a 1 in 64 chance of picking one of these up. And they max out at level 50. Haven't seen the face yet. Couple archdemons. Howdy, gentlemen. Let's see, the Hades Helm, they have some pretty good names, like Hayden, Hadrian. They don't learn anything particularly interesting. They cap out at level 50, but you get them up to practically maxed out, they can learn Kazing. It's just okay, I guess. But by that point, it's unnecessary. Hey, we find another mini medal that gives us 29. There's the face. We have to drag that block all the way to the bottom left corner for some new enemies. Terrorceratops, and a Mandrake Major. Apparently he went to college. Good on him. No, it's like a rank in the military. Hey, they dropped a saw blade. That is cash. No one here can wear it, so pajamas. Oh, put that in the bag you're carrying around. Don't want to drop them in the nachos, because then we'll forget about him. Forget to sell them. For those who forgot, nachos is what we renamed the bag to, so... While every guide I've read says hold off on doing this till after the next plot point, the enemies in here aren't awful. And we have plenty of sources of recovery between the Slime Curio, the new enemy here, Lunatic, the Miracle Swords, the Staff of Salvation. Yeah, we're good. We're in good shape. They're always cute enemies to have. Oh no, my eye. I suppose the lightning staff isn't awful if you have someone who's just not doing a great job fighting. Would it be terrible for a wizard to get a free AoE spell? This happens to be a good place to have someone who can cast a full target spell. Do we even have any? We haven't learned Kaswoosh yet, so... All blind. So that's their big thing. They can cast Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus is chaos. Anything could happen. There's like a long list of things that can happen from Hocus Pocus. I've only used it like once. And it turned everyone in the party into a dragon, which, not particularly helpful at the time. Kind of nudged the thing over there. Alright, and no more encounters. We're free to wander about the cabin. It's a trick. Did I look down here yet? I did. So, for the chance spell, let's go. Everyone recovers health, including the enemies. Everyone recovers MP, including the enemies. It could reset the battle like you're using the Sands of Time. It could summon a genie the size of a mountain to damage the enemies. Let's see. Everyone returns to life, including the enemies, turns everyone into dragons. Everyone is filled with a strange power, which seems to increase the critical attack rating. Everyone, including enemies, loses MP. Enemies only lose MP. Everyone gets paralyzed. Everyone gets confused. Everyone falls asleep. Everyone starts to hallucinate the Dazzle spell. You accidentally summon something very scary. Basically, you lose a turn. You get scared. The sound out of nowhere, the sound of something breaking, especially just a fail. Meteorites attack everyone, including the party, and it drops everyone down to 1 health. It's fallen 1. On both sides. The Dark Haze neutralizes all magic, including you, Hocus Pocus. Can't do it again, nothing at all. You could get hit, the caster gets hit with 400 to 500 points of damage. So you die, unless if you survive it, then you become like a big old dragon. That makes you a lot more powerful. It's a panic button, oh no. There's a new enemy, Gargoyle. It's just and Fire Eater. Normally I'd run into nothing but Fire Eaters in this entire area. So it's neat to see a bunch of the furry fellas. So that's a long list of things that can happen with Hocus Pocus. We saw up top there were 4 bases, so we have 4 blocks around here. Here we find a Hella Hammer. Low accuracy, but when it hits, it's a critical hit. So if you were using someone that could wear it, we do. I think Ward can use it. Pretty good for slime hunting. I think that's a neat animation, the charging. It's a nice touch. I feel like the AI is much smarter with using the staff versus the rod, because the AI knows if this... Sorry, the rod versus the needle. This is the encounter I tend to always get with the Fire Eaters, the Icebreakers, and a Beastmaster, a recruitable enemy. If you're at least level 30, you have a 1 in 4 chance of picking these guys up, and they max out at level 30. They can also call more the little guys. Yeah, they can hurt if they all agree on who to hit. So I would always focus down the Beastmasters first, as they will continue to bring more friends, despite, you know, the risk of paralysis. We have Goodian. He can handle it. Now, if you were still looking for a back row character, the Beastmaster's not bad. There's only a 1 in 4 to pick him up. You also don't have access to the back row for this part. Because the Beastmaster can learn... He learns multi-heal at only level 8. Oh hey, Muddy Hands. How about that? I forgot they were in here. They also learn Evac and Zoom, which is weird, but... much higher levels. But multi-heal's a pretty good skill to have in the back row. These are excellent guys to have to grind out experience on, because they will continue to do that. Just imagine how leveled up Neo was in the Matrix after they kept summoning more and more for him to beat. And our buddy Golem. Remember Golem? Gold man. If you're at least level 25, you have a 1 in 4 chance of picking up a Gold man. Gold man, Golem. They max out level 50 and they can use swords, but not the Miracle Sword. Not the Miracle Sword? My notes had that right? It's really hard to get locked out here because you just kind of nudge it up against the wall and you somehow manage to slide around it. They can also cast Snooze, which is very frustrating when you have all these guys trying to bite you. And they can drain your MP. So that was the last thing I was going to show off. You guys focus on those. We'll keep chopping away at the masters. Good day. We'll cut our way through. If you were still looking for a big hitter though, like if you weren't using Behemoose, a Golem would be a really good fighter. He gets a lot of strength and he can use the Falcon Blade. But, you know, we have Behemoose. Behemoose has been around this whole time. It'll do good work here to get Blubba up to level 10. A borderline necessary level. But I've said that before and done without, so we'll see. Nice. It's quite the encounter here. Alright, Snoozer, stop it. Oh hey, but we'll reach level 10. Just completely glossed over that, I guess. And for that accomplishment, he learns Insulatal. I feel like it should just be Insulate, but it's Insulatal. When Blubba decides to throw that up, the whole party will then take half damage from breath attacks. It can be dispelled with, you know, the everything gets dispelled attack, but no, that's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. We don't have Tingle either, so go for a Zing. Hope no one else gets paralyzed. Nice. Alright, good start. There are reasons why every guide says wait on coming here, but I have patience promise. If things work out, things work out. See, we're fine. 2 more blocks and we have our prize. Instead of a boss, it's just tons and tons of very frustrating encounters. Right, should focus the gargoyles if they're gonna be putting people to sleep. Decisions. Three of them. Ow. Danger zone. Ow. Let's see, our hero here does not... We have AoE. Swoosh is very pathetic. 15 damage, oh boy. So, yeah, not really. Yeah, it might be time to go ahead and full heal the party. Come on, guys, focus the Beastmasters. They're the ones summoning more. Pajamas, please. Focus. Problems caused by not controlling them, but they're monsters. We are only one person. We don't tell anyone else what to do. Well, and that's why they have the do. We can always head back to Zenithia and get more. Wow, you revived me on his last amount of MP. Way to go, Blubba. Zing cost 10, so he can't do that again. Woo! Aggressive little buggers. Alright, go ahead, use up all my MP that I'm not using in battle. And this would be a good time for one of them prayer rings. Put that on, Blubba. There we go. Block number 4. Or block number 3. Okay, just Warhogs. These are not the Thwarthogs we saw in the other dungeon. The Warhogs here, they're a bit tougher, and they are another enemy you can recruit. If you're at level 28, you have a 1 in 32 chance of picking up a Warhog. They only go up to level 30, but I feel like they're weaker than the Thwarthog, but you see them later. Oh boy, here we go again. Alright, at least they're summoning other ones. Yeah. Good crit. And out comes the little demons. Alright. I think we got him. We're getting pretty lucky not getting paralyzed. That must be a pretty low chance. The Warhogs, though, as an ally, they're pretty good, actually. They can focus strength like Pajamas, but they can also use Buff, Oomph, and Kasap, all by level 15. It takes a bit to grind them up to that point, but I would say Warhogs they're definitely comparable with Pajamas and or a Golem. He can even use the Miracle Sword. Which, you know, I would say would put him over Pajamas. We now have level 30. We're now rolling the 1 in 30. Well, Warhog is level 28 needed. So each time we're rolling a 1 in 32. But now that we've reached 30, we're now rolling the 1 in 4 for the Beastmaster. Not that we're gonna pick one up. That woman's move. Ow. Blubba, you alright, buddy? Some good numbers coming out of this fights. If available sooner, then yeah, I'd say a Warhog type enemy would be really good. Just for the Miracle Sword, but this encounter. Alright, everyone, focus. Thanks, Gudian. Nice. Alright. The danger's done. The real danger is if Pajamas decided to... Jeez. Double critical hits. The Pajamas had one-shotted one of the Eaters, or the Breakers, and the Beastmaster called another Beastmaster. Like what happened before. Only 10 health left, or 10 MP left in Gudian. At least Blubba recovers a little bit of MP with the Happy Hat as we go around. A few more steps. And then encounters will be sealed off on this floor. Game! Alright, gargoyles first, so they can put us to sleep. The whole party. Let's see. The Beastmaster... Like, find it in my notes here. Beastmaster, if you're at level 30, you have a 1 in 4 chance. So, just flipping 1 in 4, which should be... You'd think we'd have gotten one by now. Way to go, Pajamas. Okay. Whew. And for that, we get no fanfare, nothing special, just pops up. Poof. Pallium Regal. It's a cape. You're thinking, what cape could be worth all of that? It reduces the impact of magic and breath attacks. Let's give a peep at that. It doesn't say it, but also fire. So yeah, it's the best armor. Let's go ahead and equip that right away. The dragon mail gets to go get sold, so hold on to that, Pajamas. Now, just sealing this bottom floor will not do it. You have to seal the entire dungeon. Encounter rate is now gone. Make sure I got the treasures. This is what it tells you. All monsters, not just this one, every floor. Just because the encounter rate was so high, I like to do a little victory lap here before we leave. Whew. That was tough. Alright, so we can't rest in Zenithia, so we'll go back to our real home base. Pick up another dew and head back into the tower. Continue to deposit our cash. Very few points in the game where I would recommend doing that. I don't like to reset, so if I lose, I lose.